It's 7:30 on June 27th, and I'm leaving the Fish Lake Resort. Had a nice respite here. 3 nights. They let you camp for free over around the lake a bit, so that's where all the PCT hikers ended up. But I'd come and have meals at their cafeteria and visit with the other hikers and other folks passing through. I'm heading to Crater Lake. Crater Lake has a bunch of issues with snow and with blowdowns, since the crews haven't been able to get in there to clear them down. So I've decided I'm going to take the Roadwalk for the next 2 or 3 days. It's about 50 miles. I'll get to Crater Lake and figure out what I'm going to do next for get some more updated reports, hopefully on the snow north of there. One way or another, I'll make it to Canada. I've come about 15 miles from Fish Lake and walking through the community of Rocky Point. It's a hot day and nobody's outside. I stopped by a place called the Harriman Resort. Had a big sign that said the restaurant's open, so yeah, I'm down for that. So I went on in, couldn't find the restaurant. I don't think it's open. Found a building, I guess the office, and there was nobody there. But they had Mountain Dew and potato chips, so I sat on the back deck looking at the lake and had a Mountain Dew and chips and quenched my thirst for something good and cold and tasty, and some electrolytes from the chips. Got another Mountain Dew and took $6 and put it on the counter and wrote a note saying there was nobody here. So I just helped myself, and here's money for the thanks, for the drinks and chips, and left my name and headed on out. So I met the owner as I was coming out, so we were all cool there. And most importantly, though, I was able to top off my water bottles. So I'm up to about 4 liters of liquid, because it looks like the pickings are kind of thin for a while. And yeah, so I went by the creek, which was going to be, I thought, a water source, and it was not even moving. It was just stagnant, nasty looking water. Went by the fire station, walked all the way around it. There was a vehicle there, but I couldn't find anybody, and I was going to get water. I surely got an outside tap at the fire station. They had one, but it was hooked up to a sprinkler, so I just gave up on that and ended up at that little resort and took care of everything there. So I'm just going to keep heading north toward Crater Lake. This is just a small portion of Upper Klamath Lake. It's going on 5 o'clock. Got lots of good shadows on this side of the road. I'm mostly in the shade on Highway 531 heading due north towards Crater Lake. Depending on how my water goes tomorrow morning, I'll either keep going due north straight to Crater Lake, or I might have to cut a couple miles east over to Klamath Falls and get water there. There's just not a lot of water out here. I topped up everything, well, not everything, but most of my bottles back at the last town. Not much traffic on this road, which is great, and making good time. I don't have a signal right now, so I can't tell how many miles I've gone. It's over 20. It's low 20s. I'll take it. I have wondered what the folks who went ahead on the PCT have encountered. I think for the first day, it was just routine. I think it's not until, and the second day might even be not so bad. It's the last day or so, the last 15 miles, I think, are where they're going to run into problems, if there are any. Because the week when I first arrived, nobody made it through. And then there was some people who'd left, according to the store owner, a couple days prior, and they hadn't come back yet, so they took that as a good sign. There's a report on Facebook, a person made it through. And they talked about how rough it was for the last so many miles. All I've got left to do today is see how many more miles I can squeeze out and then get a campsite for the night. Now, over here on my right, it appears it's not steep. It's just woods, and I think there'll be, if it stays like that, that there'll be ample places for me to find a spot to set up a tent. Here it goes uphill on the left, so not so much opportunity there. But it's a pretty evening, and the weather's good. It was hot. I'm not so sure about this hiking all day stuff, and when it's this hot. Maybe I should consider taking 2 hours off in the heat of the day, and then I'll be fresher and better rested up and recuperated for evening walk. Because typically for me, by the evening, I'm just sort of stumbling along, and my brain is mush. And but it might be more efficient to rest for a couple hours during the heat, find a shady spot, just read my book, and then once it starts cooling down, hit the road again. Southern Oregon's beautiful. I like it here. I could live here. I've lucked out. It's 6-ish, and just as I was looking for a place to call tonight and camp, I looked up and saw what looked like maybe a building of some sort, and it's a roadside rest area. It's primitive, no water, but there's 2 picnic tables here, and there's one right over there. Where are you? Over there somewhere. And a bathroom. Oh, I am a lucky boy. Very lucky boy. I get to go potty in the evening. What a thrill. So I'm just chilling here, letting my breath catch up, and I'll start setting the tent up in just a minute. I've sent my last spot message out for the day to let my family know that where I'm spending the night. And when I get up in the morning, I'll have my own personal bathroom here in the middle of nowhere along this road. This is the Crystal Springs rest area. I've looked everywhere for springs, hoping I would love for some crystal water spring. That would be awesome. But I guess I'm just in the area. There's no trails leading out of here that go to springs. There's not another road. It's just the name of this rest area. So it's wherever the crystal springs are, they're not located here with me. But I'm quite happy with stumbling upon this. It would have been a real bummer to have stopped a half mile earlier, and then in the morning get up and walk by this thinking, oh man, could have stayed here. I've got flat places everywhere, and it's pine needles, so nice and soft. And I'm not really hungry. I've been hot all day, so I don't have an appetite. Probably won't cook dinner. I'll get something to eat later to snack on. There's apparently a lodge about a mile or less north of me. I didn't even know it until I got reception on my cell phone and I could see it on a map. But I'd forgotten about it until just now, and all their dogs are freaking out, wailing and barking aggressively, and that can't be a good sign. So I hope it doesn't mean that there's coyotes or wolves. I got a comment or message, whatever, from someone on Facebook who's staying at a nearby lake, and they saw a wolf yesterday. So I really don't want a wolf or a pack of wolves visiting me tonight, because my tent doesn't really offer much protection. Please don't. No wolves, no bears, no mountain lions, no bobcats, no coyote. I'll take a deer. But I don't want any visits from any of the other major animal groups. I guess I'll be quiet. Talking out loud can't help my stealthiness. Eating some peanut M&Ms. Yum. The last few days I've been dealing with chafing. And no, I'm not going to show you. But tonight, it's, I guess, a heat rash. Oh well, hope it goes away tomorrow. And I hope a pack of wolves doesn't kill me tonight. That would... What's that noise? It's 6:30 in the morning, June 28th. Made it through another night. No incidents. Heard something sound like a coyote yipping, but that was this morning. Last night was pretty quiet. It's just time to get up, get on the road. It's 7:10 on the 28th of June, and me and the mosquitoes are heading down the road. This is Highway 531. Had a good night last night. Nothing happened. And even had a bathroom at my disposal when I got up, since I stayed at the rest area. So, nothing special going on today, just putting in miles. And depending on how the water situation shapes up, or how I feel, I'll either cut east and going to Fort Klamath and spend the night, or I'll head due north on a back road and go to Crater Lake, get as close as I can. Theoretically, I could make it to Crater Lake tonight. It'd just be a very long day of walking. And right now it sounds better to go the shorter distance to Fort Klamath. And oh, there's a stores, restaurant, and campground, and a couple hotels, but they're all a little bit pricey. Let's see how things go. I just want to say you guys are doing a good job today. Ah, you are. Is this the way to Fort Klamath? It is? Okay. Thanks. You don't mind if I go by? Oh, y'all are so cute. Where's the bull? In the front, huh? Okay. Is there anything I should know? Any places I should eat in Fort Klamath? Any suggestions? June 29th. It's 6:25 in the morning. I'm leaving the town of Fort Klamath. It's just a couple streets, a couple small hotels. Guess that was the original hotel. That's the one I stayed in. Joe's. That's the road I almost came in on. They used to have a gas station, and way back there they used to have a general store. Now they got nothing. So, heading to Crater Lake. Hope I can get across this valley before the heat kicks in. That really got to me yesterday. I made it all right, but very uncomfortable. Such a long straight stretches, no trees, just right across the valley. I really don't know what the topography is going to be like today. I mean, it has to start out the same way. Crater Lake has got to be, I mean, I think it's that. I think that's part of it. I'm about, 23 miles to Crater Lake, according to the sign at the edge of town. But I'm going to Mazama Village, which is their main campground, camp store, stuff where my packages are. And that's supposed to be 16 miles, so that 7 less miles will make a difference.